One member of the Smart Guy cast quit Hollywood cold, went back to school, earned a medical degree. Right now, she's treating real patients in a real hospital. And another cast member's mum turned down $2 million from Disney. On purpose. Stick around, both stories pay off. Quick, before we start, who do you watch Smart Guy with? Siblings? Cousins? That one friend who always came over after school? Drop it in the comments, I want to know. We're covering the whole cast, starting right now with Tibbs. Let's go. Number 12. The Opener. Omar Gooding. Morris Tibbs. You remember the episode where Mo tried to start a dating advice business, charged people $2 for the worst romantic advice in television history? That was Omar Gooding. Every week, same energy. Walk into the scene, steal it, walk out. Tibbs. Marcus's fast-talking, girl-chasing best friend at Piedmont High. Started as a guest in Season 1. By Season 2, fans demanded him in the opening credits. The Gooding family is basically a talent factory. Brother Cuba Jr. won the Oscar for Jerry Maguire in '97. Their father fronted the main ingredient. Everybody plays the fool. Nephew Mason Gooding is in the Scream franchise now. 3 generations deep. Today, Omar's 49, led the sitcom Family Time on Bounce TV for 8 years. Still acting, still that guy. Now, the man who tried to keep Mo in line at Piedmont High? You've seen his face 300 times. You just don't know it yet. Number 11. Florek. Coach Gerber. 300 episodes. 1 character, 1 badge. Florek played Coach Gerber, Piedmont High's gym teacher who could never quite keep up with TJ's brain. 6 episodes, every one a gem. But Coach Gerber was a side gig. Florek is Captain Donald Cragen. Law & Order, then SVU, from '99 to 2014. Came back for organized crime in 22 and 24. The wild part? Before acting, he was studying math and physics at Eastern Michigan. A drama scholarship changed everything. Then Juilliard happened. He's 76 now, still kicking. Coach Gerber wasn't the scariest person at Piedmont High though. That title belongs to the woman in the principal's office, and she once beat Dana Carvey in a comedy competition. Not joking. Number 10. Marsha Warfield, Principal Dowling. 2 episodes, that's all she needed. Marsha Warfield walked into Piedmont High as Principal Dowling and the temperature dropped 5 degrees. You know her as Roz Russell, the bailiff on Night Court. 6 seasons of staring people into silence on NBC. And yeah, 1979, San Francisco comedy competition. She beat a young Dana Carvey, years before SNL ever found him. She came back as Roz for the Night Court revival in 23. Also recurring on 911 on Fox. She's 72, still doing stand-up, still terrifying in the best way. All right, the authority figures are done. Let's get to the kids in those hallways. Starting with a face from a Disney classic you definitely forgot about. Number 9. Arvie Lowe Jr. Deion. Arvie Lowe Jr. played Deion, one of TJ's crew. 6 episodes across seasons 1 and 2. Fun fact chain. He was Boots in the '92 Disney film Newsies. Had 10 episodes on Sister Sister, starring Tahj Mowry's real-life older sisters. Then became Mr. Dig on Lizzie McGuire for 12 episodes. Today, he's 48. Plays guitar in a rock band called The Raising Sons in LI. Number 8. Tinsley Grimes. Nina. Remember what I said in the first 10 seconds of this video? This is her. Tinsley Grimes played Nina, Yvette's best friend. 6 episodes in seasons 2 and 3. After Smart Guy, she booked Gilmore Girls, Charmed, Malcolm in the Middle, a regular role on That 80s Show on Fox. Solid career. Then she stopped. She left Hollywood, went back to school, all the way back. medical degree from the University of Pittsburgh. 2022. As of 2024, psychiatry residency at University Hospitals Cleveland with Case Western Reserve. Pitt Med magazine interviewed her. She said fans still recognize her as Nina. She smiled and said, "It's funny how your childhood shows stick with you." She's 42 now. I gotta be honest, that's one of the most inspiring career changes I've ever covered on this channel. Not inspiring in the motivational poster way, inspiring in the "she actually did it" way. Drop a comment if that one caught you off guard. From someone who left Hollywood for a hospital, to someone whose very first acting job was Smart Guy, and he's still on your screen almost 30 years later. Number 7. Jay-Dee Walsh, Mackey Nagle. You remember the hat? The way Mackey Nagle would flip that hat around every time he thought he was being cool, and he was never, ever being cool. Jay-Dee Walsh played him. 19 episodes across all 3 seasons, more than any other supporting cast member. And Smart Guy was one of his first professional gigs. Since then, recurring pizza delivery guy on 2.5 Men, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and just in 2024, Reverend Travis Lemon on Young Sheldon and Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. He also founded an improv comedy club in Westwood called Ultimate Improv. His troupe made a Les Mis political parody called Les Mis Barack in 2008 that went viral before going viral was even a thing. He's 51, started with a hat flip, never stopped working. Now, I need to pause here. There's someone from those Piedmont High hallways we won't hear from again. We're gonna honor him properly. A little later in this video, he deserves that. But right now, a voice you've been hearing for 20 years and probably never realized it. Number 6. Kyla Pratt. Brandi. She was 11, same age as Tahj on the show. Kyla Pratt played Brandi, 3 episodes in seasons 1 and 2. The girl who could hold her own against high schoolers twice her size. Then Eddie Murphy called. She played Maya Doolittle, his daughter, across 5 Dr. Doolittle films. 5. But the role that made her permanent? Penny Proud. The voice of Penny Proud in The Proud Family starting in 2001. All the way through Louder and Prouder on Disney Plus in 2022 through 2024. 2 decades. Same character, same voice. She's 39, mom of 2. The 11-year-old who matched wits with TJ Henderson became one of the most enduring voices in animation. We're stepping inside the Henderson house now, starting with a woman who's been working since the late 70s, and she's not even close to done. Number 5. Anne Marie Johnson, Denise Williams. Anne Marie Johnson showed up in the Smart Guy pilot as Denise Williams, Floyd's love interest. 1 episode. But she'd already been working for almost 20 years by then. 6 seasons as Althea Tibbs on In the Heat of the Night. Final season of In Living Color alongside the Wayans family. UCLA acting degree. She's 65, been in front of a camera since 79, still going. Some people don't need a big moment, they just never leave. Now, the young man whose mom made one of the smartest financial decisions in Disney history. Numero 4. Jason Weaver, Marcus Henderson. Quick question. I just can't wait to be king. You know that song? Can you hear it right now in your head? That's Jason Weaver's voice. And this story is wild. Jason played Marcus Henderson, TJ's older brother. Average grades, leader of the band Macadocious, spectacular failure rate with girls alongside Moe. You loved him. Before Smart Guy, he played young Michael Jackson in the ABC miniseries The Jacksons, An American Dream at 13, won a Young Artist Award. Then Disney called, 1994, singing voice of young Simba in The Lion King. I just can't wait to be king. Hakuna Matata. Disney offered him $2 million flat. Done. No more. His mother, Kitty Haywood, a studio singer who understood contracts, asked one question. That's all he'll ever get? For the rest of his life? They said yes. She said no. She took roughly $100,000 up front, plus royalties. 30 years later, the song went double platinum in 2023. The checks never stopped. Let that sit for a second. His mum turned down $2 million in '94 money for a kid from Chicago because she understood the long game. That might be the best parenting decision in entertainment history. Let me know if you can think of a better one. Today, Jason's 46, recurring on The Chai on Showtime, promoted to main cast in Season 8. Still rising, his mum knew. 2 Hendersons left, the big sister and the father. Number 3. Essence Atkins, Yvette Henderson. Her full name is Essence Uhura Atkins. That middle name, Uhura, from Star Trek. Lieutenant Uhura, one of the first black women in a leading TV role. Her parents named her after that. On Smart Guy, she was Yvette Henderson, big sister, fashion-obsessed, strong-willed, emotional center of the Henderson family. Remember when Yvette found out Marcus was reading her diary and her reaction was so over the top the whole studio audience lost it? That was Essence, fully committed, every time. She started at 13, guest spot on The Cosby Show in '86, after Smart Guy. Dee Thorne on Half and Half for 4 seasons. 2 haunted house movies with Marlon Wayans. The NBC sitcom Marlon. And right now, as of 2024, she's starring alongside Damon Wayans on the CBS sitcom Papa's House. Nearly 4 decades in, still a lead. She's 54. 1 Henderson left, the man who held this whole thing together. Number 2. John Marshall Jones, Floyd Henderson. Here's something you probably don't know. John Marshall Jones, the man who played Floyd Henderson, the father raising a child genius. Grew up attending the Roper School in Detroit, a school specifically for gifted kids. The man who played the dad of a prodigy was raised alongside real prodigies. You can't write that. Floyd Henderson was the dad every sitcom needed and most didn't have. Widowed, 3 kids, suburban DC, patient, firm, never played for laughs, and was funny anyway. He saw the kid first, the genius second. After Smart Guy, 70-plus TV shows, 20-plus films. Nelson Bradford on Apple TV's For All Mankind, All-American Homecoming on the CW, and right now, 2026, he's in Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair on Disney, same network family where Smart Guy lived. He's 63, hasn't stopped for a day. And now, the one you've been scrolling toward this whole time. Number 1. Tahj Mowry, TJ Henderson. Close your eyes for half a second. Picture it, a 10-year-old kid with a backpack bigger than he is, walking into a high school hallway full of teenagers. And somehow, running the place by the end of episode 1. That's Tahj Mowry, that's TJ Henderson. Born in Honolulu, already a veteran by age 10. He'd played Teddy, Michelle Tanner's best friend on Full House from 91 to 95. His older sisters, Tia and Tamara, were starring on Sister Sister, same network, same era. The WB had a Mowry on basically every night. After Smart Guy ended in '99, he voiced Wade Lowe, another kid genius, on Kim Possible for 5 years, then 6 seasons as Tucker Dobbs on Freeform's Baby Daddy. Gary Moog Mugowski in The Muppets Mayhem on Disney Plus in 2023. But here's the thing everyone's been waiting for. Tahj has confirmed. Multiple interviews. A Smart Guy revival is in the works. A possible network home, a writer attached. It's a sequel. TJ Henderson as an adult. He told Vice, "You'll see where TJ is now. Fresh enough for new viewers, but the diehards will get that nostalgic payoff." May 2026. Tahj Mowry just turned 40. 40. I'm not gonna lie, that one hit me. The kid with the giant backpack is 40 years old. And if everything lines up, we might see him walk through those doors one more time. Before we close, we need to slow down. Not everyone from Piedmont High is still here. Jim Ward, credited as James K. Ward, played Vice Principal Militich across 12 episodes, all 3 seasons. He was the teacher who never quite knew what to do with TJ, too rigid to bend, too decent to break. You remember that episode where Militich tried to prove TJ cheated on a test, set up this whole elaborate scheme, and TJ just calmly solved the problem on the board in front of everyone? Militich's face in that moment. That was Jim Ward giving you a man who was frustrated, humbled, and maybe a little proud, all at the same time. Outside Smart Guy, Jim became one of the most prolific voice actors of his generation. Doug Dimmadome and Chet Ubecha on Fairly Odd Parents, Captain Quark in the Ratchet & Clank games, from 2002 all the way through 2021. He won a Daytime Emmy in 2009 for Outstanding Performer in an Animated Program for Biker Mice from Mars. 4 decades of giving characters a voice. In December 2025, Jim Ward left us. He was 66. If you grew up on Smart Guy, you heard him every week. If you grew up on cartoons, you heard him every day. You just didn't know it was the same guy. We remember you, Jim. 13 Faces, 3 seasons, 51 episodes. A child genius who just turned 40. A sitcom actress who's now a psychiatrist. Remember what she said? "It's funny how your childhood shows stick with you." She was talking about her fans remembering her. But honestly, she was talking about all of us. A mother who turned down $2 million and was right. A coach with 300 episodes behind a badge. A principal who outperformed Dana Carvey. And a voice actor whose characters will keep playing long after the credits roll. So, last question. If you could go back for one night, same couch, same people, that theme song kicks in. Who's sitting next to you? Send them this video, that's better than a comment. Subscribe if you haven't, more of these are coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for remembering.